Yo, what's up? It's Corey. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you guys for clicking. Thank you guys for coming. Thank you guys for subscribing. I haven't posted in about a month and a half now. Last time I posted, I was still in Europe. Now I'm back in New York City. Junior year has started, and yeah. In this video, I just kind of wanted to answer some questions that I got from Instagram, you know, about my study abroad experience and how that was. If you guys didn't know, I studied abroad in Amsterdam last semester. Let's just call that like the coronavirus semester. I ended up staying out there when the pandemic hit. So yeah, it was an experience, and I kind of want to answer a couple questions about that. This video really is for any prospective students that do want to go abroad, whether that be PACE students or honestly anywhere, because these questions do apply for all of us. So stay tuned. Question one. Question one, your first day there. Honestly, I remember my first day perfectly. I mean, I ended up going down there with a friend that I had met here at PACE. Her name was Alina. I ended up going down there with her. We weren't really friends at the time. We were just like still, you know, starting to like build a relationship or whatever, get to know each other. But yeah, we ended up staying in a hostel that day that we got there. We got there really literally 8 a.m. in the morning. We kind of just had like a full day just to explore where we lived and kind of just get used to it, because literally the next day we had orientation and then classes started. So we kind of were just like thrown into like the Dutch world, I guess. But yeah, no, the first day I had what did I eat? We ate at this like really cool restaurant. I had like chicken teriyaki, I don't know, something like that, or like Peking duck, or I don't know, something like that along those lines, and it was really, really good. And now that you asked this question, you can just go check out my first Amsterdam vlog. That's right there. Okay, go check it out and come back to this video. Number 2, what was the hardest adjustment you had to make? Well, okay, I mean, Europe is, to me, is completely different than America, so there definitely were some adjustments that I had to make. Honestly, one that comes to mind right now, and this could seem really simple, but I guess for an American, or I guess for me, it wasn't that simple until I got used to it. But they charge for grocery bags, basically in any store, so that became more of like an everyday routine where I had to carry like plastic bags in my book bag all the time, just like if I was going grocery shopping, whatever, because I'm not gonna spend, I mean, although it's like whatever, 25 cents or whatever for a bag, it adds up and it just makes sense, and we're trying to save the planet. So it just, honestly, it makes sense to, you know, to save plastic bags and stuff. And yeah, something else I felt was I had to get adjusted to was there was no meal plan. Me and my flatmates would cook whatever, but we had to cook every day for ourselves, and that was something that, you know, it wasn't that much of a challenge, but it became part of my like everyday life. Like, all right, it's 6 p.m. I gotta start cooking now, which I'm not used to because I have a mother. Nah, I'm kidding. But I don't know, I'm just not used to it because you know, I'm usually at home, my mom's usually cooking for me, or my dad, or whatever. So I would probably say that was one of the biggest adjustments. Okay, so question 3. My favorite Brit. Well, that's a very specific question. Well, for starters, I met so many amazing people while I was in the Netherlands. Yeah, the ones that really come to mind now: Millie, Matt, Amber, you guys. I'll give it to you guys. So, ooh, I really like this question. So thank you, Billy. 3 questions about nationalities. So the first thing he said was kindness. I thought about that. Everyone honestly was kind of their own way, but I'd say overall always kind. I'd have to say the people from India. Even though I didn't live with them, I just always wanted to kind of be around them. They were just always very uplifting, and they just kind of just knew how to like brighten up your day. They always had a smile on their face. They never spoke drama. I don't know. I just really vibed with the Indians. So I don't know. I really liked all of them. So I'd probably say that was they were the kindest. The most fun. That's I mean, that's a hard question. The most fun, I'd probably say, I met a couple cool Australians, so they were pretty fun. And I gotta say, all my Spanish people that I met in Amsterdam were really outgoing, really fun, and yeah, I'll definitely say the Spanish people, the Spaniards, the Hispanics. The craziest, I have to say the Irish. I have to say the Irish or the Dutch. Mostly Irish. Literally just have one night with a group of Irish people and you will have the craziest night of your life. They're crazy. They're crazy, but crazy in a good way, like, you know, nothing too serious. But nah, Irish people they are fun times. So definitely the craziest would go to the Irish or the Dutch. You know, the Dutch could definitely could get crazy too, 100%. Number 5, my best friend abroad. Alright, I mean, Alina, you asked this question, so I mean, I guess I gotta say you. I guess you take the cake for that one. But nah, I mean, in all, I really did meet so many cool people that when I go back to Europe, I'm definitely gonna hit them up. So yeah, that's that. Question 6. Why didn't you come see me in Madrid? Michaela, you knew I wanted to come see you. I really did. When coronavirus hit, I kind of just like...
all of my dreams and aspirations of traveling kind of just went down the toilet.
But I will get to Madrid at some point in my life. I will be back. I will get to Madrid. Question 7. Did you learn anything while you were in Amsterdam? Yeah, I did. First, the way that school is taught in America versus Europe is completely different. Meaning, like, tests and homework, you don't really get all that stuff there. You kind of just get like one really big assignment that you're kind of forced to really dive deep in, like, research and whatever. And honestly, that style of teaching or school or whatever really helped or really benefited me, because I was able to honestly grasp the whole concept instead of just like learning something and taking a quiz and then learning something else new. So I honestly learned a lot about my major while being there. When I went there, I kind of just took classes pertaining to my major. So I think I made a great choice. So yeah. What else did I learn? I also learned that I'm a really good cook. I learned that I can live away from home for 6 months. Yeah, so I definitely did learn a lot. That was a pretty stupid question, Addie. I'm kidding. Question number 8. Favorite thing about Dutch people? I love me some Dutch people. In all honesty, I feel the one thing I do like about Dutch people, and I notice about Dutch people, and honestly most people may say that this is why they don't like Dutch people, is they're super blunt. Like, and I appreciate that. Dutch people are also really helpful. I noticed, obviously as a tourist, I had a lot of questions, and every single time I asked someone a question, they seemed like they tried, even if they didn't know, they at least took out their phone, they, tried to ask somebody else in Dutch. They just have like such warm hearts. So I really like Dutch people, and I had a great experience with them while I was in the Netherlands. Question 9. What was the food like? Honestly, that's one thing that I wasn't really like pleased, or I wasn't really like, so excited about. The food there was, very basic. Like, I guess the Dutch aren't really known for like their foods, but you could really get anything out there that you want for the most part. Obviously they have like different variations, but most things are good. Sometimes you'll find stuff that you don't like. I honestly tried not to order a lot of takeout because I found myself not liking a lot of the takeout. So I stopped doing that. I had to go more out to restaurants, if anything. Question 10. favorite place I traveled to. Unfortunately, due to Corona, I was only able to visit the Netherlands, of course, Belgium, and France. So I don't know, I would say I loved Belgium. Was really nice. I loved France. My best friend lives there, so that was an experience. I didn't have the best experience with Parisians, which are people from Paris. So I don't know, that kind of took away the beauty of Paris for me. But I guess overall I have to say the Netherlands. I loved it there. Really, there was honestly no complaints I had about living in the Netherlands. So I would say the Netherlands is definitely my favorite place that I visited. Question 11, why did I choose Amsterdam? So like I just said before, my best friend does live in France, so I kind of wanted to be somewhere near her. And originally I wanted to go to Spain, and that didn't work out. I kind of just chose Amsterdam. I didn't really know much about it. I didn't really know much about the city that I was staying in, which was Utrecht Zeist area. But I kind of just winged it. I knew that it was relatively close to France and I can get there easily. Yeah, but I made the right choice. Question 12, what was transportation like? That's a really good question because transportation is different everywhere. When I first got there, there really isn't an underground. There is not an underground train system. So there's none of that. They do have like rail trains and stuff like that that are outside more in the street. I didn't really ride those much, maybe like once or twice, but those were always really clean, really chill. I took the bus everywhere. I either took a bus or I rode my bike. Biking is like the #1 transportation in the Netherlands, so I had a bike while I was out there. I utilized it as much as I could. I am not a biker, but I did what I could. Dutch people could literally bike for days without stopping. Their calves are huge, just full on muscle. They can just bike forever. It really doesn't make any sense, but that was one way of transportation. If I didn't take the bike, if I wasn't biking, I was taking the bus. When I first got to Amsterdam, the buses would run every day, and there was like a late bus schedule between Thursdays and Sundays. And then when coronavirus hit, that kind of all ended, and like buses stopped around like 11, 12, and it was hard because like if I wanted to go visit my friends or whatever, I always had to leave early or whatever so I could make the bus. If not, I had to Uber because I couldn't walk and I wasn't biking at 3 a.m. So yeah, it was an experience, but the transportation is really easy and it runs very frequently and very often in the day. It's really hard to get good transportation in the Netherlands in the night, and Uber is uber expensive, so I don't really recommend using Uber. I did honestly do it pretty often, but I don't recommend it. And last but not least, question 13, would you go back to Amsterdam? Of course, I would totally go back to Amsterdam. It was a great place. I loved it. Would I go back and live there? Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'm too much of an American to do that, but it was definitely an experience that I enjoyed, and I definitely would go back and visit there or stay for a little bit. I really enjoyed it, and I bet y'all would enjoy it too. So yeah, that wraps up all of the questions that I wanted to answer. Thank you guys to everyone that asked questions. Thank y'all a lot. Anyone that is thinking about studying abroad, you guys can always hit me up on Instagram. Hit me up in the comment section below, which I want you guys to do anyway. While you're there, you guys can let me know what other things you guys want to see, because I can take some extra different ideas, so that will be really helpful. Don't forget to like, obviously comment, and subscribe to your boy. Thank y'all so much for watching. Peace.